Welcome to my second sermon live. I am an ordained pastor and my name is Eva Virginius, and I am here in my kitchen in Sweden. I have no clue what God wants to tell you, but I have prepared some items here to show you. This is a scarf from Israel. And it says about Jerusalem. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. They shall prosper that love thee. Will prosper. Who loves? Who loves Jerusalem? That I bought the first time I was in Israel. And I had one more, a blue scarf that I took with me to Kenya. And God told me in Kenya to hang it up in the church there. Because now I start to talk something I shouldn't have talked about. So it will be in my kitchen where the food are. And this is spiritual food. The other scarf, it was hanging in Kenya because I was the whole time from the start, from the first step I took in Kenya, in Africa. I was in the spirit. I didn't know it come, but the first morning at the hotel, when we sit and eat breakfast, then I have a friend coming to the breakfast also and talk, and we were sitting, I think we were two men and I were sitting at the breakfast, and suddenly when I talk to my friend, I suddenly could not talk. Suddenly all my speaking was going away, and I'd be scared because I should go. We are on our way that morning to a church in Nairobi, to there where I should preach. And suddenly I didn't have any voice. I only sink down at the table, and they be scared, these two men, and they jump to my side and start to pray because they thought the devil had taken me, that he had stopped my speaking. But that was the first sign that I didn't know the first morning that I should go into the spirit. So I go into the spirit at the breakfast table there, and going down, and then God's spirit come into my body, and I couldn't speak because God took over my talking first. So I should know that he was going into my body. And then I get the voice back. It was only for maybe 5 minutes that it happened. And then at this church where I gave them my scarf from Israel, it was very strange, because when I was in the spirit then and was talking to the church, then suddenly it was like a second spirit was inside me, because the first was talking to people in the church, but the second spirit, it was talking to me and say, there is an infiltrator in that church, and he showed me how he looked like this man that was on his way to steal that church. And I say to this pastor there in the church, after when we were in his office, I say to him that the spirit was showing me a man, and he say that spirit to me in the same time I was talking in the church. Was someone else talking to me, and he said that there is a man, he is going to steal the church from you. And I told him how this man looked like, and he said the pastor, I know this man, and he's talking behind my back the whole time. So I understand there's something wrong there. And then when I get the picture from the church, I saw it, because in the picture, it was like a group of people in the back, and there was the man that wanted to steal the church. You steal not the church building. He steal people and say, this is the wrong church, come to my church. And they say, and so I hang up the one in the scars in the church as a protection, so he could not steal. And this man have not steal that church. There's a man in Kenya, he's talking to me sometimes, come forward and tell me what's going on. So that I used to have for when I do healing also. I lay it on people that I should heal. Welcome to the sermon. I see someone watching this. This I bought in Israel, and this is for healing, covering the Israel, covering for these people that need healing. And this is also something, I have to wash it, because it has been in a while, because that was also in 2000, 4 or 5 years ago. I bought this one that is with those you see, it's every of this knot is for one prayer, one prayer, and one prayer, and one prayer, and one prayer. So there is in all 4 corners to prayer. So it's many, you see, it's 5:20 prayer, is it, in this. And then it is, here it says Ezekiel. It says Exodus 15:26b. I am the Lord that healeth thee. I am the Lord that heal you. And that I also use for healing, to covering people. And that I did very much in Kenya. And people get healed. I was scared in the church when the bishop in the church say, because the evening before they have taken some old widows to me and wanted me to heal them. Mostly they are in the back of the women that in Africa, these poor women, they have always done this, bow down and wash clothes and cook food on the ground and these things, and they were bad in their back. It hurt them very much. And then the next day in the church, the bishop asked out in the church and asked, who have been healed yesterday? And I was thinking, no, don't ask this, because it's so embarrassing if not anyone saying anything will happen. And then it was these women. They stood up in the church and said that they had been healed yesterday. So, but it's not me that heal people. It's God, and it had been 100%. If that I can't help to heal people that have mental sickness. That's I am too weak in my nature. Yeah, I can't scream at people and these things. That's for someone else. But I can heal people with the cancer and their legs when they start to walk again and these things, and many other things. But depression and this mental sickness, psychological, that's not for me. I tell people that, and I don't lay hand on people that have issues with their brain, in mental and psychological illness. That because if I lay that on a hand, that was the mantle of laying on the mantle in the Bible, that it says that don't put the mantle on a person that is mental diseased. Jesus, he didn't lay hand on that. Those people that was crazy, he only tell them. He didn't touch them. He tell them. And I have not that kind. I wish I had, but it's not for me. It's only diseases, normal diseases, if I say normal disease. Yeah, I sit here with this. It's for the table covering. Thank you. Welcome. I can see there is many people coming forward here and see live. Ooh, scary. This is I bought in March 2016, this year. It's for covering of the table. Really Israel made, not Thailand or like that. It's real. It's I don't know. I put this live on my profile because it had been better if I had put it on my prophecy page, but you can find it on my profile, the link for it, and I will put it on there so you can find all this prophecy that I have made. That was also in Kenya and Uganda, Africa, where I got the gift of prophecy. I didn't know I had it, or maybe I had it, but I don't recognize it, because many things, so I told them in Kenya to make a note every time God is coming forward, because it's keywords before it started this, and this was prophecy subject. He come forward now, and my eyes start to be so I can't hardly see. It's be like dim fogs on my eyes. Oh. So I started prophesy about the churches in Kenya, and many things in Kenya, and coming back to Sweden. I get message from my people in Kenya, and they say everything you told us have coming true, everything. And I know that God was talking to me much in the 80s, but I didn't know him. But many things that was said in the 80s have coming through and have coming true. You know, so this is what God's tell me to tell you, that have you noticed my last name that I get in the 80s, that last name? It was when my father died, my worldly father died, and he had this last name, and I felt like I must take that and put it on myself. And no one else in my family wanted that last name, but I felt that and not God, because I didn't know him, that I should go and change it, to go to the church and tell them I wanted to have that name. And that is Virgin in US. And then I'm popping in my body now because the spirit is on its go. When I come to United States in 2000, I was in the wrong place first because I did my own, because I didn't know God and I didn't ask Him to show me where I should be in United States. So I was in Seattle first, did I come to, and then I go to Chicago, and then I go down in Florida, in West Palm Beach and Daytona Beach, and then I come to North Carolina, and then I come to Virginia State. And one day I wanted to have a library card, so I lived in Virginia Beach, and she that should do the card for library card for me, she asked me, have you taken this name, because this name Virginia's, because you live in Virginia Beach in Virginia, United States? She said, but that I realized that God have already shown me, and if I have knew Him, I should never go to Seattle in the first place, because when I go away from my husband in Sweden, he locked my bank account, so I didn't get any money. I didn't get any money at all. But still, I could go from Seattle to Chicago and to Florida and up to Virginia, and there where God wanted me from the start. But if I had knew God, I had seen that in my last name. It's very strange. So I chose the song. God is wanted to tell you something here now. There is someone here. Say that you're. What do you say, God? Yes, He say that there is illness, and you have praying and crying for years. And you almost have given up. When God is talking like this, God is all over my body now, because it's much healing going on now to you. When he talking to me like this, it's not for us to understand. That's many people talking about that and go away from my live sermon, because they don't understand that God is a spirit, and God is talking to your spirit. It's not for you to understand. The Spirit took to your spirit. That's why it's so strange words coming out from me. But sometimes people want to know what He's saying, and then I have to ask Him to show me something. And now it's a woman. It's a woman here, and she saying tonight, today, are you going to be healed? Because you have crying, you have suffering. You have crying, you have suffering too much. Healing, I feel the healing. It's the same every time I heal. But don't, I'm warning you now, don't go to other people now and ask for healing. Then God be angry at you, because you have got this healing now, in this moment. Stop. Go to pastors, a healer, and these things, because when they touch you, this wrong healer, they give you more of Satan. They give you more of the devil. The deliverance churches is those churches that put the devil inside you, so you get even more, 7 more devils in you. It's a warning. It's a warning also. And you get the healing. So receive it. Receive it. You receive it. And don't wash it away by go to someone else to change this healing, to not come forward now. It's up to you. God and I have done our things for you. So stay now and wait. The longest healing have been for someone to be really healed was this woman in Portsmouth, Virginia, that sit in a wheelchair for 15 years. And she got the healing, but it took about 3 weeks for her to really, it's moving more and more and more healing, because she must have healing, start to build up the nerves, the muscles in her legs. And the last time I saw her, she was kicking soccer with some boys outside her house. She was full of recovered after 15 years, and the doctor couldn't help her. So don't go away, because she didn't believe in God, so she didn't do that. She didn't go to a church, so she never asked a pastor in her church to heal her, because she had no church. And the last time she was kicking the football, the soccers with the boys, she come and said, my daughter was with me in United States that summer, and she said to my daughter, your mother, she healed me. But I told her, no, it was not me that healed you. It was God that healed you. And she took it in, because I say that very strong. That was not me. It was God that did it on you. So I say that I heal, but that's not me that heal, but I have got the gift inside me. So I never pray to God and ask him for healing for a person, because I have already received that inside my body when my adopted sister tried to kill me, and I died, but then come God and healed me. And that healing I got as a little child, that I kept in my body. So it's coming from me, because I be very tired after the energy is drained out from me. It's going to be now also that I'm going to sleep very much, because I have no energy left. So it's taken from my body. I have got it already. And you have already got that healing now. So don't mess it up, please, for your own sake. That's why God, I know I'm so humble for what God did now. I don't remember what I said before that. So I go into a silence mode. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for the healing. Thank you. You're so merciful, loving God. And people should know that you have all the controls. It's only you are waiting for people to come to you. You are always here, always. You are in the air we breathe. You are so close to us. It's only to put out a hand and we reach you. We can talk to you in secret places in our mind that no one else can hear. Only you, God, hear us thinking. I can sit on the bus and talk to you, God, and no one else can hear it. It's our secret room where we meet each other, God. Thank you for watching this.